Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy Vlogmas Day 25. Today is all about questions and answers with shout-outs. Now, back on my Vlogmas Day 11 through 15, I asked y'all if y'all had any questions concerning my channel to put them down in the comment area, and if I answered them on my 25th Vlogmas Day, I would do shout-outs to you. Alright, so y'all, we're going to get started. Now, my first question, I had several of y'all ask the same question, so I'm going to go ahead and answer that question and then put your shout-outs up above. So that question was, what made me start YouTube? Alright, my channel was started on April 2018, and before that, my kids got me started watching certain videos on there on cooking and court cases. I liked all that kind of stuff. Alright. So I was thinking, wow, I could just really make videos because I have a lot of recipes, and I tried it out to see how it would go, and it turned out really well. And I was thinking, my kids could actually take these videos, you know, as they leave the house and be able to cook all of these recipes, and that would be pretty cool. So that's how I got started. All right, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and start with Heather. Now, Heather asked, what are your favorite recipes that you grew up with made by people you love that you treasure and still make today? All right, there are two that stand out. One are pasties that I remember my grandmother making. Now, she taught my mom how to make these. This was on my dad's side. So she taught my mom how to make these. My mom taught me how to make them, and then I taught my daughter how to make these. And pasties are so good. If you want to know what they are, go check out my video where me and my daughter are making pasties. Alright, and then pierogies. Oh, I remember these as far back as I don't know when. My mom would make these. She learned from her grandmother, who was, this was from Poland. This is a Poland recipe. So these pierogies have cheese and a little bit of sugar in them. Oh my gosh, y'all, if y'all have never had them that way, you need to have them. My mom makes these every year for Christmas, and we get a whole supply of them in our freezer. Alright, next question comes from Furtastic Friends. Now, she's got a few questions, so we'll just kind of run through those. The first one is, out of all the desserts, what is your favorite? Alright, tres leches. This is a 3-milk cake. Every year for my birthday, that's the birthday cake I want, tres leches. Now, if we go out to eat, it's got to be someplace that's going to have tres leches. Now, this past birthday, I wanted to make a video on it, me making a tres leches cake, which I did, and it was so good. That's a keeper. So, you know, go find out that recipe on my channel, tres leches. All right. So, continuing with Furtastic Friends questions, have you ever tried a recipe and something went really wrong? Yes, it happens. And generally it happens when I make something off of Pinterest. So if I use anything off of Pinterest, I'm always revamping it for the way my family likes it. I don't know what happens when you go on Pinterest and try to make a recipe. It doesn't work. It doesn't. So, all right. What's the one dish everybody loves in your family? Well, there's a lot of dishes that my whole family loves, but I guess the one thing that I can put together on a Sunday would be lasagna, and they dig right into it. All right. Besides mushrooms, what other ingredients or items do you not care for? Okay, I don't care for fish, and I don't care for, like, beans. Pinto beans, black-eyed peas, lima beans, kidney beans, none of those beans. Don't like them. All right. Thank you, Furtastic Friends, for all your questions. Kimberly Cochran. All right, she's asking, what is the one kitchen appliance that you could not live without? My crock pot. I love it. I love it on the weekends, during the week. I love to just throw meat into it with vegetables, seasonings, a sauce, let it cook all day, and it is so tender, and the smell is all through your house when you walk in. It's the best. So I would always have to have my crock pot with me. Alright, so Kimberly also asked, what kitchen spice do you feel the least comfortable using? Alright, I had to think on this one. but I'm going to say chili powder. I don't mind using chili powder, but in my family there's heat against mild, okay? And I'm the mild eater. My husband likes the heat. So trying to get a happy medium, you know, is a problem sometimes. So I would have to say chili powder. All right, Belinda Barks, she's asking, what is your favorite food? All right, I have a lot of favorite foods, and if I had like a food group, it would be Italian, because there's a lot of Italian in my family and in me, so it just shows up every so often. All right, how many children do I have? I have 2 children. I have one 21-year-old son, Joseph, and I have one daughter. She's 16, and her name is Rihanna. Now, you sometimes see Rihanna on my videos, and every so often, like during holidays, you'll see Joseph. All right. Centsible Living with Money Mom. Hi, Dawn. She asked, do you take recipe requests? I do. Now, just keep in mind my motto of simple, easy, and delicious, all right? And I'll certainly do a recipe request. And also, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for me to actually pull that together because of menu planning and all of that. All right? Thank you so much for your question. All right, so my next question comes from Brittany Ching. She's like, what are your and your family members' favorite part about Christmas? My favorite part about Christmas is that everybody comes together, and also it's the reason for the season also, all right? I like when my family comes together and we can play board games, we watch Christmas movies together, and I drag out all my appetizers that I like to make, and we have a night of it for Christmas Eve. All right. What about your favorite Christmas food? Well, my favorite Christmas food is all the appetizers I pull together on Christmas Eve. I love doing that, and that way everybody can just kind of nibble around the table with mushrooms, meatballs, vegetables, and all my cookies, all my desserts. Angela's Hangout. All right, her question is, where do you shop for groceries to find the best prices? All right, so we usually shop at 2 places, Trader Joe's and then Kroger. So we'll go to Trader Joe's for the cool stuff that they always have every so often. And I like to get my meats and my dairy items from Kroger. I like the prices of it at Kroger for the meats, and the dairy just kind of tastes a little bit better. But the dry goods and canned goods I like to get from Trader Joe's, along with the vegetables also, because they just look so fresh and just so ready. All right. Cooking with James asks, would you rather have prime rib, turkey, or ham for Christmas? All right, usually during Christmas we have ham. Turkey I reserve for Thanksgiving. Now, I have made my husband a prime rib roast a couple of years ago, so I have to make that like every couple of years by his request, because he loves the prime rib roast. All right, and James also asked, would I be willing to barbecue? If I took a lot of classes, maybe, because it really kind of scares me to get out there on the grill and cook something right on there. So I reserve that for my husband, who likes to go out there and make fish on the grill, steaks, hamburgers, and things like that. And he makes the best hamburger on the grill, I'm telling you. It's so good. All right. Michael Cairnes. He asked, do I use a phone or a camera when I film? I use a Canon camera. That's what I use. All right, Becky's Life. Who is your camera person, and do they like to film you? All right, I have 3 different people that film me at any given time. My main person is my mom. She's retired and lives very close, so she could come over here at any given point in time and film me if I'm doing a video. Right, and she does like to video. She does like to videotape me, so no problem there. My daughter, Rihanna, she takes a lot of AV classes in school, and she loves to videotape me also. So when she gets home and I get home and I'm doing a video, she likes to jump in there and do it. Now, if my mom or Rihanna cannot videotape me for whatever reason, then I got my husband. Thomas. And he likes to videotape me also. He will more than happy videotape me. Because usually it's in the evening when I'm making a dinner, and if he wants to eat, he's got to videotape it. Yep. All right. So he knows this. He knows the trick now, right? He knows it. Oh, another one from Becky's life. Do you and your family eat what you cook, or do you give it away? Generally, since I plan my videos around what our weekly menu is, we eat the food. And but during the holiday season, when I was doing all this Vlogmas stuff and all the cookies and the treats and all of that, we did give a lot of that away. So it went to my daughter's school, it went to neighbors, it went to friends. We packed up things in containers and just passed it out because we were like, okay, it was too much. But that's what happened. All right. The next question comes from My Unboxing Obsession. Yeah, she had a good question. We got to get my husband out of the room. All right. Who is your chef crush? All right. I knew who it was. I was surprised that my husband knew who it was. Because I asked him, okay, if I was to have a celebrity crush, who would it be on? And he knew right away. He said Tyler Florence. Like, oh my gosh, how did you know? He knew. All right. So Tyler Florence, he's a chef on Food Network, and a couple of the shows that I like to watch with him on there are the food truck races and also the Worst Cooks of America when he's one of the hosts on that show. So I like to watch those shows. That's who it is. All right, 2 Girls One Mukbang. All right, they had 2 questions. One question was, let's see. Have I lived in Texas my whole life? Nope. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. Lived there for a year. I was raised in a small town in Mississippi through my whole school life. And, okay, if you want to know how small my town was, I graduated with 74 people in my class. That's how. All right. After my high school life, I moved to Texas, where I've been ever since. So for about 25 years, I've lived in Texas. All right. What do I do on the outside of my YouTube channel? This is another question from 2 Girls One Mukbang. I like to garden. I have a garden out in my backyard, and it's been moved all over the yard because I never find a good place for it. And I've done all kinds of things out there with it. I love to garden, but I don't know if it likes me, but I still try it every year. All right. And I also like to find small towns that me and my husband drive to just to kind of go through the town. We love doing the small towns in Texas. But we don't do it all the time, but we do like to research and, find cool towns to go to. And I like to play with my puppy dog, Bailey. She's a beagle, and she likes to play a lot. All right, the next question comes from the Euro Cooking Canuk. He asked, if I were on death row, what would be my request for my last meal? All right. No, there's nothing you need to know. I'm not on death row. But I want a Chinese buffet spread. If it's going to be my last meal, I am going to gorge on a Chinese buffet spread. I love soup dumplings, I love the fried rice, the lo mein, the pepper steak, the orange chicken, the egg rolls. Bring it on, because I'm going to sit there for days. Make them wait. All right. The next question comes from Mama B's Kitchen. Hey, Mama B. She asked, do I cater? No. Do I have any dishes or desserts that I sell? No, I don't. But I've learned that from year to year, things change and things happen, and you're just like, what happened? Like, I never thought I'd be doing a YouTube channel. That came out of the blue. So you never know from one year to another what will happen and what will happen this coming year. So stay tuned. All right, my next question comes from Kathy Scholl. Where do you get the majority of your ideas? Are they things you have originated? A lot of my ideas come from dishes that I grew up with. I cooked in the kitchen with my mom since I was really small. So I remember, you know, putting the dishes together, just making the dishes that just come together. Oh, yes. So, and are they things that I have originated? Some things I have originated just based off of flavors and tastes that my family like that I put together. All right, Samia ASMR. Oh yeah, y'all, I do like ASMR channels. They're fun to watch. How do you make schedules to make videos? All right, I plan about 2 to 3 weeks ahead of time so that I always have a video ready. So, and then I can meal plan and put a list for shopping together for that also. So usually it's about 2 to 3 weeks planning. All right, Ellen's Homemade Delights. Hey Ellen. Oh, she's got some delights on her channel, let me tell you people. Oh my gosh. Go check her channel out. All right, she has a couple of questions. One is, what's your favorite food? Italian. And your favorite color? I love earth tones, any earth tone colors, because they are so soothing and warm to be around. My whole house is based off of soothing, warm colors. All right, my next question comes from Viktorya Hart. Let's see. Did I ever go to culinary school or work in a restaurant, or am I self-taught? All right, I've never been to culinary school. I've never worked in a restaurant. So I guess I'm self-taught. And it's just based on things that I learned when I was growing up and things that I see that I'm like, oh, I really want to make that, and just base that off of what my family likes. All right. If it fits, it bakes. Is there a food or foods that basically everyone likes but you don't? There is, and it's called fish. Sushi. My family, they're big on fish and sushi. Now, my husband will cook fish out on the grill because I don't like the fish smell in the house. But if they want sushi, they'll go get sushi, because I just can't stand either one of them. If you watch my channel, you'll notice that I do not cook anything fish. All right. Y'all are learning a lot about me right now, huh? All right, Frugal Mama in the Woods. She's asking, do you prefer cooking or doing hauls? Well, I prefer cooking, but I do love doing the hauls with my husband when we go to Trader Joe's. Because when we do the hauls, I don't know what he's doing to beside me, because I'm so focused on, you know, making sure that we get through all the foods that we have on our haul. And he's over here, you know, flicking open the knife, opening packages, getting a fork, nibbling. And I don't catch that, y'all, until I actually go in and start editing the video. And I'm like, oh my God, when did that happen? He's the sneak over here. He is. So go check out my Trader Joe's haul and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I do like cooking. I do like cooking. All right. Foodamentary Adventures in Food ask, if you could cook dinner for any celebrity chef, past or present, who would it be and what would you cook? All right. Like I said in a prior question, Pioneer Woman Ree Drummond. Her food is it's family friendly, and it's rustic, and it's just easy to cook, and I just feel like my motto, simple, easy, and delicious, falls into that, and I just love to watch her cook, because it's everything that you have in your house that you can cook. So what I would cook for her? Lasagna. Can I say enough of that in this question and answers? All right, lasagna. I would make her my lasagna. I would make anybody my lasagna, so if you came to visit me, I'd make you lasagna. All right, Life of a Meal Wife asks, what is your favorite dish to make? All right, so I have my favorite foods, but I have my favorite dish too. And I don't want to leave it out because I really like making Swedish meatballs. All right, another one of those dishes that I grew up with that my mom made forever and taught me how to make, and my family loves Swedish meatballs over dumpling noodles. So there you have it. I love them. All right, Heritage Ways. They had two questions here. What food or meal have you made for your family that was a complete disaster? Assuming you have such a meal. Oh, I have such a meal. Oh yeah, I'm sure there might be more than one, but the one that stands out right now would be the French onion chicken that I made. We couldn't even cut in the chicken. It was so tough. I don't know what happened, but the chicken was so tough. It was like it was old chicken or something at the store. Like an old chicken. I don't know. But to this day, I just cannot make that again. I'm so scared to make it again. Anyway, I think we had to go eat out that night. Yeah, so I have made dishes that didn't turn out. All right, their other question is, what editing software do I use? I use Premiere, Adobe Premiere. And I'm not sure really what it is. I just know that my kids and my husband have set me up on everything for my videos. I just do them. All right, next question comes from Take Control Central Beauty, Styling, and More. Now she asked, when did you realize you could cook so great and become creative, and how long have you been cooking? All right, I've been cooking since I've been a little child, but in junior high I received my first cookbook, a junior version of Better Homes and Gardens from my mom, and I wanted to cook everything in that cookbook. I mean, it was like, I want to cook it all right now kind of thing. So, but I do remember making snickerdoodles for my dad and making cream cheese filled, well, there were chocolate cupcakes with cream cheese center that I made for a party that I was going to at a friend's house. But I couldn't stop cooking in that book, let me tell you. It's my favorite book. I still have it to this day, and it looks like it's been cooked on. That's how often I used it. All right. Serenity with Maia. What's your favorite dessert to eat for Christmas? All right, my favorite dessert to eat for Christmas, pecan balls. I love pecan balls. Another thing I grew up eating every year for Christmas, and my mom made these by the dozens. I just made a video of me making these pecan balls, so go check it out. But that's my favorite, and will always be my favorite. All right, Tanya Romans. We go way back. She's a dear friend of mine and a subscriber to my channel. She's asking, how do you boil a perfect egg without the shell sticking? All right, the first thing I do is when I buy my eggs, I keep them in my refrigerator for a week and a half. So if I know I'm going to be making deviled eggs, I get them way prior to that, to a week and a half. And I take my eggs out of the refrigerator, put them in a pot, fill the pot with water just a little bit above the eggs, put salt all over the eggs, put it on the stove. Let's say I bring them to boil about 1 to 2 minutes after it's rolling boil. I turn the heat off, cover it with a lid, and let them sit for 7 minutes. Then I put them in the sink, take the hot water out, add cold water to them, and then peel them. No problem. All right, another question that Tanya Romans asked is, when are you doing a cookbook? Very soon. I'm expecting me to have a cookbook by the first quarter of next year, 2019. So I'm working on it right now. I have a blog that's out there filled with all my recipes that I'm working on right now, making sure that they read right and everything. But it is a public blog, so you can go out there and see it. It's under www.catherinesplates.com. And what is my family's favorite dessert? Any dessert. Any dessert. I'm telling you, they will eat it if I make it. Or they'll eat it if it's brought to them. They don't care. Cake, pies, cookies, everything. All right. My husband's favorite dessert, though, is banana pudding. He loves banana pudding. All right. We've got another question from Cute Apron Cooking. And she is asking, do you have long-term goals, or maybe having your own TV series cooking show, or do you just want to grow your channel on YouTube? All right, I do not want to be on Food Network. All right, that's not my long-term goal. My long-term goal is to just grow my channel and my blog, have a cookbook, and just keep going that way right now. All right, let's cook, y'all. She's asking, my question is, what food or dish do you prepare for someone else, like Thomas or your kids, that you don't really like but you prepare it anyway? All right. I think a lot of y'all learned just recently on one of my VLOGMAS shows that I make mushrooms for my family, but I don't eat them. I'll make them. I don't have a problem making the stuffed mushrooms, but I cannot eat mushrooms at all. So that's the dish. All right, Rubster760 asks, if you were not into cooking, what would you rather be doing? I would rather be doing traveling and gardening. Either one of those. If I had the time and the money, that's what I'd be doing. All right, Community Tours Australia is asking, is there any favorite butter brand that you prefer? There is. Kerrygold. If I could cook in that totally forever, I would. But you know, it's really expensive, so I tend to buy it and hide it in the refrigerator. we rarely get it every now and then, but if I could have a favorite butter, that's what it would be. All right, we got MAINEiac Grammie's Homestead. She's asking, do I cook gluten-free on my show? I do. I've made a few gluten-free dishes. Years ago, my husband and I, we tried the paleo diet, and we had found a lot of recipes to cook, and we did cook, but we started incorporating the pastas and the rice and potatoes back into our diet. So, but if you stick around in 2019, the beginning of it, you're going to see a lot of skinny dishes. You'll see a lot of skinny dishes coming out, so check it out. Traveling Spanky asks, how long have you been cooking, and have you had any formal training? I've had no formal training, and like I said, I've been cooking since I was a young child. I had one more question. What is your favorite thing to cook? I don't want to leave out Teresa Smith. Put you up right up here. What is your favorite thing to cook? My favorite thing to cook is spaghetti and meat sauce. I love my bolognese sauce, and it's for a fast dinner. It's the easiest thing to make, and I love it. It's Italian. All right, everyone. I want to thank you so much for coming to my Q&A session today. I hope you learned a lot about my channel, Catherine's Plate. And if I did your question, you saw your shout out, check out my description box below, and I'll have all of their channels, if they have channels, linked down below. All right. Thank you so much, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I will see you on my next show.